The Falken Wildpeak AT4W has been one of the most trusted all-terrain tires in the market. Strong wet grip, good snow performance, tough reputation, and a 65,000-mile warranty. But now, Pirelli has entered this serious all-terrain fight with the new Scorpion XTM AT. And based on these test results, Falken may have a real problem. Today, we are comparing the Falken Wildpeak AT4W against the Pirelli Scorpion XTM AT. The data source comes from Tire Review's 2026 all-terrain tire test. In the wet, the Pirelli Scorpion XTM AT is not just slightly better, it is clearly stronger. Compared to the Falken, the Pirelli stops 21.7 feet shorter in wet braking. That gives it a 19% advantage. Around the wet handling track, the Pirelli is also 11.19 seconds faster, which equals to a 9% improvement. Subjectively, it also feels more confident, scoring 1.4 points higher, giving it a 7% advantage. And in straight line aquaplaning, the Pirelli is 3.9 miles per hour faster, giving it a 6% edge. So in wet condition, this is a clear win for Pirelli. In snow, the gap gets even more interesting. The Pirelli stops 9.2 feet shorter in snow braking. That's a 21% advantage over the Falken. In snow traction, the Pirelli is 1.99 seconds quicker, which gives it a huge 38% advantage. That is probably the biggest practical difference in the whole test, because snow traction is what helps tire vehicle actually get moving. Around the snow handling cost, the Pirelli is also 7 seconds faster, giving it a 9% advantage. Subjectively, it also scores 1 point higher, equal to a 5% advantage. So in snow, the Pirelli again looked stronger, especially in traction and braking. Now in dirt, the difference is much smaller. The Pirelli is 1.13 seconds faster in dirt handling, giving it a 2% advantage. Subjectively, it scores 0.3 points higher, which is only around a 1% edge. So yes, the Pirelli is still ahead, but this is not a blowout. In dirt, both tires are very close, and the Falken still looks very competitive. In the dry, the Pirelli again has the advantage. It stops 10.1 feet shorter in dry braking. That gives it a 8% advantage, which is meaningful for an all-terrain tire. In subjective dry handling, the Pirelli is only 0.25 points higher, equal to around a 1% edge. So the handling feel is almost tight, but the braking advantage is clearly with Pirelli. For comfort and noise, the Pirelli is slightly more refined. It scores 0.5 points higher in subjective comfort and 0.5 points higher in subjective noise. That gives it around a 2% advantage in both areas. But in measured exterior noise, the difference is only 0.1 decibel. So basically no real-world difference. So the Pirelli might feel slightly smoother and quieter, but measured noise is almost identical. Mileage, this is where Falken fights back. Because in LT sizes, we do not have the UTQG treadwear ratings, so mileage warranty becomes the cleanest comparison. The Falken Wildpeak AT4W comes with a 65,000-mile warranty, while the Pirelli Scorpion XTM AT comes with a 55,000-mile warranty. That gives Falken a 10,000-mile advantage, or roughly 18% more warranty coverage. So even though Pirelli performs better in most tested categories, the Falken still has a stronger long-term ownership promise. When it comes to pricing in the LT 265/70R17 size, the Falken Wildpeak AT4W costs around $300, while the XTM AT costs around $310. So Pirelli is about $10 more expensive, or about 3% higher in price. From a tire expert point of view, I think Pirelli has made a very serious statement with the Scorpion XTM AT. The Falken Wildpeak AT4W still has two major advantages. It has stronger reputation, it has the better mileage warranty, 65,000 miles versus 55,000 miles. So if you care most about long-term confidence and proven durability, the Falken is still a very, very safe choice. But based on the test data, the Pirelli Scorpion XTM AT is the better performing tire. It wins in wet, it wins in snow, it wins in dry braking, it is slightly better in dirt, and it's slightly more refined in comfort and noise. For only $10 more, I think Pirelli might have outsmart Falken in this time.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.